I think this time I'm going to have to take everything out in order to put my Waitrose order in. It's just turned up. And I find when I wake up very early in the morning, I'm full of beans. But come about 8 o'clock, I'll probably fall back to sleep again. But anyway, here we are. December the 1st, Vlogmas. But before I turn the calendar, have you noticed? I didn't notice until this week. Apparently there's 31 days in November. And there's 30 days in December. So who knows? They only had one job and they got it wrong. So I think I better explain what's going on. Now, in the YouTube world, there is something called Vlogmas. I've heard about it for 10-15 years, but I've never done it myself. But this year I thought, let's have a go. And all it is basically putting up a video every day leading up to Christmas. So this video is everything that I got up to on December the 1st, and that's why you're seeing it December the 2nd, 7 AM in the morning, because I can't show you what I'm doing on the day because I wouldn't have done it. So we'll see how far we'll get. I don't know whether I'm going to get as far as Christmas Day. So my Christmas Day would be your Boxing Day. And then my Boxing Day, something very important happens in the garden. So I may as well film that as well. So I don't know. Now, some channels do Christmas theme and they stick to it. I'm not. Because I don't know if you're the same as me, but it takes a while for me to get into the Christmas mood, into the Christmas spirit. And I find that usually happens the week before. But this year I'm trying to be a bit more jollier and get into it a bit sooner. Now, I had some post yesterday. I thought I would show you. I bought another one of these. Now, you remember, I've got one of these out in the garden here. And it's good to open the curtain and see how cold or how warm, or let's be realistic, how cold it is. So I thought I'd have one for down on the homestead. But the plan is I'm going to put it on a stick and put it where I'm doing the 24-hour live stream. And I think that might be quite an interesting thing. I can have a look before I go down there. You can have a look. And it's something that is moving all the time. Because my doubt with this live stream is sometimes it might look as if nothing's going on there, because there probably isn't. We're just waiting for the flowers and the veg just to grow. So at least we can check that the picture hasn't frozen by having a look at what the temperature is. And who knows, maybe on top of the pole I might put a bird table. I didn't want to start feeding the birds in case it attracted the rats, but we've got to have an interest. Now, I want to thank Kevin, Rosie and Kev. They've sent me a Itsy Bitsy Party Company party decorations for Christmas. Now, this is the question. When do you put your Christmas trimmings up? I have been known to put them up on Christmas Eve. We went through this period in the family. My father had 12 brothers and sisters. And I've always associated this with Christmas, that we went through a phase of somebody would die round about the Christmas time. And on this one Christmas, we were like, let's leave it till the last moment. So we put them up Christmas Eve afternoon. We put the tinsel up, the holly and everything. And then 10 o'clock that night we get a phone call, so-and-so's died. Get the trimmings down. So I've never been a big one for Christmas in the last few years. But this year I thought, we've got the cottage, let's decorate it. Now, am I going to look through this? No, I'm not. I'm going to keep this let's have a quick look. Oh, right, okay. Ah, oh, look at that. Do you remember these? That takes me back a decade or four. Look at that. My auntie used to be a manager, I think, of the trimmings factory. So here in the Rhondda Valley, I don't know what it was called, but there was a trimmings factory and she was in charge of it. So when you went to her house at Christmas, there was hardly a Christmas bauble in the house. She was like, I've had to stare at these for the 12 months of the year. I don't want to stare at them no more. And you could tell if you walked up and down the valley which houses the workers were in, because they hardly had anything in the window. Right, how do I get that down now? Ah, it's got a bit of Velcro. So this reminds me of very 1970s. And that is the sort of feel that I'm going to go for when I come to decorate the house. A sort of vintage Christmas. Right, I'm not going to pull them out and get too excited because they will fall all over the place. I'll put them to one side and we'll sort them out on a different day. I don't want to pop my cork on the first Vlogmas, otherwise I'll be exhausted come the 8th and I'll be needing a holiday. But let's have a quick look at this. What this came up. Oh no. The cats are going to absolutely love this. I'm afraid to even pull it out in case it makes a mess all over the floor. But look at that. Bit of old-fashioned tinsel. Right. I'm going to be sensible and not pull that out. Right, what else do we have? Now, there's a guy called Harrison. He's a YouTuber. And I'll put a link to his stuff below. And recently he went off to Fortnum and Mason's to have a look at what you can buy there. And there was another video that I saw as well. Not Harrison's, it was somebody else's. And if I can find the link, Jack's mate was in it. Another YouTuber. There was Jack's mate and somebody else. And they were sitting down and they were going through an advent calendar they'd bought from Harrods for £250. And I wouldn't have spent that amount on a advent calendar to begin with. But it was interesting to see the amount of crap they got. They basically had tea, coffee, tea, and a few biscuits. And in one of the drawers they pulled out, and I'll put a link to this below, you can go off and see it at the end. In one of the drawers they pulled out, there was a notepad. It was just the thinnest notepad you ever did see, with Harrods on the front and blank pages. That was on one day. And then on the next day, there was a pen. But Harrison showed these biscuits. And he said that he thought these were the best biscuits in the world. So I said to him, I'll buy some, and if I don't think they are, then you can give me the money back. So he said, deal. So I bought these, and unfortunately, Harrison, I don't like them. But I love these ones. These are the Cherrylicious biscuits, and as you can see, I've already tucked into them. It's a bit too, you know. Biscuits for breakfast. Oh, maybe that could be a new thing. But look how big they are. They're absolutely massive. And you don't need more than one biscuit. But I do see, I can feel my mouth is already starting to salivate at the thought. So these ones, I think, might be given as a Christmas present. I don't know how I'm going to explain that one of them is missing though. But I'll sort that out in the wash. If you can't have a laugh at Christmas, when can you have a laugh? That's what I always say. Oh, what's this? There was a letter. Maybe it's £5. Oh no, it's the receipt. Well, I don't want to know how much I've spent on it. Thank you very much. So we pop that to one side. Oh, nearly had a bit of an accident then. I didn't realise the carving knife was under the table. Oh, let me just check. No, my foot is fine. We're doing okay. It just slightly scraped the top. Whew. I'll be needing a Christmas brandy, I think, before we move on. But anyway, let's move on. Now, Christmas. What else do you need at Christmas? It's fine. It's just hurting a bit. Right. What else do we need at Christmas? Get back on track. Otherwise it'll be Christmas Day before we can put a plaster on your foot. Advent calendar. Now, we all like an advent calendar with a bit of chocolate. But this year I thought I'd be a bit different. And I've seen this one. And I thought I'll give this a go. Even though I predict I'm not going to like a lot of them in there. Because for me, a cup of tea should be a Yorkshire brew. But I've bought a tea advent calendar. So every day we will try a new tea. And I must say, the smell coming off it is pungent. Oh, that's a bit of a disappointment. You can see what the teas are in advance. Well, that's ruined the day. I was expecting to open a door and have the surprise. Oh, well. Well, I'm not impressed with that. I might have to get a chocolate one just to have that surprise of opening a door. Now, where shall we put it? Shall we put it there? And then you can have a check? No, it's too close to the cooker. The tea bags will all be coming out already cooked. We can put it there. Okay, I'll put it there for the time being. And then I'll find somewhere else to put it as it goes on. So, December the 1st. Fill your cup with seasonal warmth and spend time with a loved one. Right, what is this? So I'm going to try this now. Let me get a cup and I'll tell you what flavour it is. Now that's not too hot, but we'll see how we go. Like I said, I'm not really a fan of all these fancy teas. I like a good Yorkshire tea or a good Ceylon tea. Now this is called a winter warmer, but it doesn't actually say. Oh, look at this here. If you'd like to buy a bigger box, scan this code. Well, that's taking all the Christmas cheer out. Not impressed. Not impressed one iota. Now this one has got ginger, rooibos, ginger, rooibos, orange and star anise, which I think is an aniseed flavour. So I'm not... At least I can predict I'm going to be having 25 cups of tea, because I think I'm going to put a Yorkshire tea on standby to try and wash away this. Can you tell I'm not too thrilled about trying it, but it's for a laugh, isn't it? Well, if that's Christmas in a cup, I look forward to Easter. Look, even the tank's come off. How cheap is this one? I can't remember how much I paid now for this. Anyway, I tried it. I didn't like it. Maybe that is the challenge. How many days will we go in until we like one of them? Echinacea and elderberry. Licorice and cinnamon. Okay, well, it's not getting my Christmas cheer up. Alright, let me just I am still using my own water. Not my own water, you realise. What's it called? It's Icelandic glacial. I am drinking the icebergs. What will happen to global warming now? And to be honest, it's a good job. It's a good job that I've got these, because when was it? About a week ago, we had a flood in the village, and I'll put a link to that video below. You can go off and see it. And during the flood, the local water authority put out an alert to say, "Do not drink the tap water." And I thought, you don't have to tell me, but I've not been drinking it for months. It tastes disgusting at the best of times. But apparently some people were reporting that when they turned the tap on, it was coming out brown. I remember being in Harrogate once and the water was coming out of there copper. So, and then obviously there was a run on water. Every shop had sold out of bottled water. You could still drink it and cook it, but you had to boil it up first. But everybody went and just bought their own. But so it was a good job that I had a supply in. In fact, I've got some coming in 2 days' time as well. So one thing I didn't have with my Waitrose order this morning was, and maybe I should have put this in the fridge, I ordered gravy, but they sent me chicken stock. That's not the same, is it? Chicken stock for soups, sauces and gravy. Oh right, okay. So maybe I can make gravy out of chicken stock. Do you know what I'll do? I'll use a stock cube. A stock cube. I'm getting confused now. All I know is I want gravy. So how do I turn stock into gravy, or is gravy stock? I'm confused already. Right. Let's have a cup of tea now and get rid of that. Get rid of that taste in my mouth. Right, what am I going to do today? I'm going to put my shopping away. Nothing special for the shopping. The only special things I've bought are tangerines, because you can't have a Christmas without a tangerine. And in anticipation of having a cold, I've bought some ginger, and I've got some lemons there, so I can make ginger and lemon drink. I wonder if you can grate this and freeze it. I'm sure somebody out there will know the answer to that. Right, I'm going to need more than this cup of tea to get through this Vlogmas. But Merry Christmas, December the 1st. Merry Christmas, and may your Christmases be bright. And if you've had a bad Christmas in the past, then let's have a good one this year. You don't have to be cheery every day of December. Just have a little smile on Christmas Day and raise a glass to the ones that you miss. Right, I will catch up with you tomorrow for day 2 of Vlogmas. How far do you think I'm going to go before I say that's it, no more? Place your bets below. Right, I'll see you tomorrow morning, 7 AM. So from me until then, bye for now. That's what you call a proper cup of tea. None of this stuff. Beautiful.